Oh, hey everybody, Dogbear here, and welcome back to another character spotlight here in DC Worlds Collide. And today we are going to look at Wonder Woman. So let's take a look at her in game. So here we have Wonder Woman in game, and this is a legendary character. This is the character if a new player asks you which of the three legendary Superman, Flash, or Wonder Woman should I be going after first. It should always be Wonder Woman. This is probably the second best character in the game. She is that good. We'll take a look at her skills and you'll see why. First, let's just look at the emblem. It might not look like much, but one thing with Wonder Woman is you have to remember you need tremendous amounts of crit with her. So getting more crit is going to be quite important, and eventually I want to get her up to all the way up to rank 30. As for her artifact, everybody's putting lasso on her. The lasso is actually not the best option for her. As we look at her kit, you'll see why. The lasso is a good artifact. It just kind of gets a little redundant with her kit, but it is good, especially if you have her at lower levels. You don't increase crit chance on that first strike by 100%, meaning she's going to crit. And of course, then getting crit damage, and this is where it gets into silence a target for 2 rounds, and it goes up to 3. The reason why people don't really like it is because when you look at her one ability here, her advanced ability, it's already has a chance of doing a silence. It's kind of redundant. You're silencing the same character, kind of making the lasso artifact not as good on her as it could be. That lasso doesn't have to be on her. It can move to any DPS character, and it will do just fine. But putting it on her is good too. So before we move on, let's look at the skills while we're already in here. Her ultimate's the big thing. It deals damage to 160% attack to all enemy, and if it crits, there's a 25% chance of inflicting stun onto any target for 1 turn. So this means when you go off of the lasso on the first turn, she has a chance of stunning everybody. Technically, it's very low chance that you'd stun everybody on the team. You might get 1, you might get 2, you might get 3, you might get none. It's just a chance. Eventually, you want to get her up to rank 10, then increase it from a 25% to a 40% chance, plus you get more damage out of it. Her basic is pretty decent. It starts off at 85%, but level 2 is really where it unlocks really good. It gives you Frantic, which increases crit. And it gives you more damage, of course, eventually get to level 3. Frantic gives 10% crit per stack. You're going to get 1 stack of that for 2 turns, so that's an extra 10% crit. You can pretty much guess how we're going to be gearing her. And of course, we just went over the whole Lasso of Truth. If it crits, it has a 60% basic chance of silencing for 2 turns. Eventually getting her to rank 9 actually increases the silence chance to 100%. So getting her to rank 9 is actually more important on her. Getting her to rank 8 is also important, rank 8 for any character, because that's when you can put an artifact on them as well. Being a legendary, she does have multiple passives. During battle, increases crit damage of all allies by 14%. This is the entire team. It goes up to 18 and then 22%. She's, of course, great on a crit team. And also, every 1% crit she has, she gets up to 0.3% damage reduction, up to 24%. This is what makes her a little bit more tankier as a DPS than some out there. At low levels, you can definitely get away with her up front, acting as a tank because of this if you have put lots of crit on her. As far as gearing, you absolutely positively want the crit set. And you want crit on the crit set, followed by attack, of course. But crit is the most important thing. You get 10% for a 4-piece set. I found pieces that had crit on them. You always go for those pieces. I leveled them up enough to get this extra 7% crit here. Plus I got some attack. Block break's good too. That's also an offensive stat. And eventually I'll go for the signature for the attack bonus. Another piece again. Crit is number 1. This is all part of that crit set. Crit again. Armor break's good. Attack's good. This piece, I haven't really found anything great. This is the best I could find was an attack bonus. I haven't found any with crit on them. And I went with the 2-piece attack set just to get that extra 3% attack. Eventually I'll get this ranked up enough to get, again, crit. And even here, you can see on the chest, I actually have a better piece of this chest now. I need to level up because this one already has the crit activated, and I misclicked it and got the signature on it, unfortunately. Got to watch that when you're leveling them up. That's this problem. So everything comes down to getting more and more crit. You can see I'm at 47%. We're going to give ourselves Frantic, which is going to kick it up to 57%. You can see how it keeps wanting to go. Crit damage is also important, and you get some more off of this emblem. With crit damage, that's where more or less is coming from. And if you see, I think it's rank 25, so you get a big boost in crit damage. So you definitely want to get up to rank 25, plus damage down from the location, plus you get all that, but the big one is that crit damage bonus if you do it on the emblem. Her renaissances are pretty okay. Zatanna giving her hit points and defense. Cheetah? That's her name. I couldn't remember her name. Attack 6%, defense 3%, and then the final one, which is very hard to get because now you need a second legendary in Superman, and you need Firestorm, who's easy to get but not Superman, who would give you an attack of 9% and 3% hit points. Being a legend, this is one of the few legendary characters you can actually buy the shards from in the store. I believe it is Unrestricted Arena. You can get 10 shards of her a week. This makes her, every refresh, this makes her a lot more available than some of the other legendaries that you can actually rank her up to rank 8, rank 9. The only problem will be, of course, getting the purples. To help level her up when you do these rank ups. You can see I need 500 to go to the next one. This has become a problem. I'm only at 200. You need 100 to go up the next. I don't have any right now. I used them all to get to rank 8. This is just a general problem in the game. This is meant to be bottleneck. So the other characters you want to go with her is essentially see the team I'm going to be using, but Zatanna is actually a fantastic character to go with her. The reason being, if you look at Zatanna's advanced skill, it gives strong attack for 2 turns to all allies, and if Wonder Woman happens to be the ally with the highest attack, she'll get 2 stacks of Frantic, which we already talked about. Frantic being 10% per stack. This is an extra 20% crit on top of that once you pair her up with Zatanna. Plus you're going to get increased attack and block break from strong attack. This is what makes Zatanna such a great option with her. If you're running her in Arena, a lot of people are running her with Green Arrow because he has that tactical renaissance of giving giving attack of all AoE characteristics, which is Wonder Woman's one of them. Extra 12% attack, plus the amount of crit he does on top of it is just nuts. That's why they worked well together. He's pretty quick. The other thing that people are starting to lean on is using Red Hood for tactical renaissance with Wonder Woman, because at the start of the battle, crit and crit damage of all allies increases by an additional 20% each for only up to it goes down to 0% by the end of turn 3. This is why you're seeing some gimmick teams in the arena with Red Hood now, and using Wonder Woman, you're doing it to get more and more crit again. Just some things to think about. Let's go into a battle. I happen to be up to 42, so this is not exactly an easy fight. She has come onto my main team now. I use Killer Frost, Nightwing, Lex Luthor, Zatanna, and Wonder Woman now. I'm just using Lex Luthor's Tactical Renaissance because that's what I can activate. The plate, of course, is the best collection item. Plus, it helps her, giving her buffs for crit. You can see that she already did her silence. We're going to do her ultimate now. Let's see. We actually got a couple stuns. So that was quite good. We got a silence out there as well. Do need to protect ourselves, so you're going to be taking a lot of damage here. You got to play this right. Much as I would like to buff her up with Zatanna doing that ultimate, who puts out that defense down to help increase my DPS. I just can't right now. So we're going to get another Wonder Woman ultimate here, because I don't really need to use Killer Frost. Even though she does great damage, I don't need it. Here we go again. This time we didn't have that, we didn't get lucky of any kind of crit and stuns. This is definitely not an easy fight. This is up in the 40s, obviously. Do take care of them. We'll see what her damage is compared to Killer Frost, who is ranked up higher though, at 1 silver compared to a rank 8 Wonder Woman or 3 red. And we're just looking to end this. We actually did get the stud in there. How nice they actually gave us the Wonder Woman scene. Let's take a look at the damage. As you can see, even though we're using Wonder Woman's ultimate more, Killer Frost still outdamages her in longer fights. In shorter fights, Wonder Woman will actually outdamage my Killer Frost. Just Wonder Woman's more burst right at the beginning, especially with the lasso, whereas Killer Frost is more sustained more over time. And that's just how it works. So I hope this gives you an idea of Wonder Woman. She is a great DPS, great all-around character, but like I said, second best only to Killer Frost in the entire game. I hope this video is helpful and informative. Until next time, everybody.